Welcome everyone to the Legend of Ted podcast about 2017's E3 conference. We're going to go conference by conference and kind of talk about the games we thought were the best or are most excited for, and we're going to talk about Xbox One X, the new console that they're coming out with. If we missed anything that you guys think is worth mentioning, let us know in the comment section, but here we go.
Yeah. So, we're starting out with the One X. It was the first. They come in and they announce it. We've already heard a lot about the One X with Project Scorpio. There was tons of rumors with Project Scorpio about how fast it's going to be. They're throwing around big terafloppies. And
so many floppies.
So many terafloppies.
Of the Terra. Earth floppies.
Yeah. And giving Xbox fanboys something to tout, whereas they have nothing to play still. But
it's almost less Xbox fanboys and more like power fanboys, people who like the feel of a console, like the ease of it plugging into the TV, like the controller that you have, but don't want to buy a PC for $2,000.
For a PC, don't want to sit at a computer desk. Granted, you can get an Xbox controller hooks into a PC just fine, but yeah, it's not the same.
It's not the same, and at the price of $500 for what it can do, and if you're into if you're into the third parties only, basically, I don't see why you wouldn't want to get an Xbox One X.
I would say it's great. Especially if you compare it to PC gaming, it does have great graphics. It has great. It's a powerful machine.
Yeah.
And it's small too. Did you see the?
Yeah, it was actually decently small. Not like the PS3, the original.
that is a beast. Or the Xbox original. That thing was.
Anyways, that was chunky.
That was a jank.
Yeah.
That was almost racial. That's what I was going for.
He was saying chunk, but said it funny. Anyway.
Anyways, so I would say it's a good deal compared to PCs, which to get a good PC that can run games on the highest settings and things, or at least medium settings, you're gonna be spending upwards of $700-800 into the low thousands. And so for $500, that's pretty great. Most people don't compare it to PC gaming, though. I would say they're going to compare it to other consoles.
And that's the real thing is they're advertising to a market that wants a console. And honestly, if you're just into the third parties, if you just want, you distracted me. What is that? Oh, nice.
PS4 Pro. I was just showing.
PS4 Pro is $400 retail right now.
And granted, it's not as powerful as the Xbox One X, but it's still great graphics. It still plays great. Has tons of exclusives.
Yeah. So, and here's the thing. So, if you just want the third parties, Xbox One X will probably be your definitive experience. But if you care about the stuff that Sony's coming out, if you care about anything that any Japanese developer anywhere is making, get a PlayStation 4.
You have to get a PlayStation 4.
And then, of course, here's the thing. Here's where you go with exclusives. If you like the Nintendo exclusives, you're going to have to get a Switch. I personally love the Switch. I am not a huge power buff, so looking at the Xbox One X is why?
I get the same game. I get this. To me, I'm with you. I get the same game. I get the same experience. No, I don't want to go back to my PS2 graphics, but at the same time, they're in. Also, I don't have a 4K TV. I'm not about to shut that out either.
Exactly.
So I'm within a reasonable margin where these things don't look bad to me yet. I'm sure they will in the future. We've gone through this.
Time after time.
Yeah, it's oh, this looks so great, and then we look back on it. But yeah, granted, I would rather get a Switch at this point, or if I didn't have a PlayStation, I'd rather get a PS4 Pro, or even just a PS4 over over a One X.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. And honestly, if you want the complete gaming experience, um, and you obviously have the money to do it, for about $500, maybe a little more, maybe just a little bit more, you can get both a Nintendo Switch and a PlayStation 4 right now, brand new. That'd be $550 retail. And that's not talking about eBay or KSL or anything like that where you can buy things used.
That is
That's
walking into Target.
brand new retail price for two consoles, $550, 50 more dollars than the Xbox One X.
Yeah.
For me, it's a no-brainer. I would get those two consoles, enjoy the crap out of Nintendo and Sony's exclusives, which we will be talking about later on in this video.
And also, before you Xbox hard fanboys start destroying it, trying to kill us in the comments, we do. I just don't. Xbox has exclusives that are good. They just don't have that much value to me. I don't.
That's the thing, though.
Yeah,
they showed off their exclusives, and there wasn't really much to talk about.
Yeah, it was like, cool story, bro. I'm happy where I'm at. It was like, Halo's a fun game. I don't put it above a lot of the other. It's again,
first-person shooters.
First-person shooter. Yeah. It's.
It has a legacy, and that's why people buy it.
Definitely. Yeah, it's memories. It's like, I was about to say it's why we still buy Mario, but Mario's still a great game.
No, Mario's a great game.
And it's kind of one of its own. Anyways, no, and then there's other exclusives, but there's still not like Forza, I'd rather play Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
What's the other one? Gears of War? It's terrible. Be honest with yourself. It is.
I completely agree. I know people will lynch you for that, but I completely agree. I just don't see the appeal.
It's not a good game.
So, honestly, the biggest announcement is the biggest takeaway for the Xbox conference, which was 2 hours, by the way, was two things. First of all, most powerful home console you'll find on the market. Second thing is backwards compatibility goes all the way back to the original Xbox. And Preston,
awesome.
One of our friends, is really excited about that because he's been playing Xbox since the glory days of the original. And people will love that. That's something that's kind of lacking in the other consoles, so I'll give them that.
Yeah. They definitely have that. PlayStation, the PS4 right now, if you want to go back on PS3 games, you have to pay for there are PS3 games that you can buy.
Yeah.
But you have to buy anyways.
It's complicated.
It is.
It's a subscription. It's too complicated. PlayStation, if they did backwards compatibility like Xbox, I would be thrilled, but they don't.
That'd be fantastic. Because I still have my PS3. I still have all my PS3 games. I would just like to be able to plug it into my PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
It just would be better.
Yeah, I completely agree.
The controller's better, the faster.
Yeah.
Come on, PlayStation.
Anyway.
So Xbox, point there.
Yeah. So anyway, those are our thoughts about Xbox. Let's move on to the EA conference. So the conference itself was okay, but there were two games that I was just completely thrilled about. The first is Battlefront 2, Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Which looks fantastic, and hopefully they make up big time for Battlefront 1.
Yeah.
I've been trying to play Battlefront 1, and it's
just is inaccessible in a lot of ways, and it's because they rushed it.
Yeah, the mechanics are fine. It's just the gameplay, and it's just like, you thought this would be fun? You thought running around and collecting little coins would be fun?
Yeah. It's just not. Yeah. There's fun parts about it, but it's gotten enough money because it's Star Wars so that they can make a proper Battlefront 2. It has a storyline that looks really
money to begin with.
Oh, that's true. That's true. EA
they Scrooge McDuck in money.
Exactly. So here's the deal. They came out and announced to us during the conference, here are some of your problems. Way too much paid downloadable content, no story, and I can't remember. There's a third thing, but anyway, those are the most important things. So what they did was they put a really cool story, I think, that
Hopefully.
kind of bridge. Hopefully, I'm most
high
excited
hopes.
for the story,
Yeah.
and it kind of acts like Rogue One, but it bridges the gap between number 6 and 7 rather than 3 and 4. So I'm actually excited for the story, and a big thing that they announced that people are excited for is the fact that they will be adding content in the form of characters and new maps for free. So they won't be penny pinching anymore. They're going to actually give us free content. I'm crossing my fingers for that one, that they'll actually hold true beyond like 1 or 2 updates. But yeah, that's actually exciting, so I'll give them that.
So the next we have BioWare's Anthem, which I would say go watch the trailer for it. It's really hard to explain. It looks like, to me, when I was watching it, all I could think of, it looks like a cross between Destiny, Titanfall. What are some of the other ones?
And yeah, the gameplay is a hybrid between Destiny and Titanfall.
Yeah.
And the landscape is sort of Horizon Zero Dawn-esque.
That's the yeah.
At least
So
part of it.
I was reminded of Horizon Zero Dawn with the big animals and the open world.
Yeah.
Also, there was an at looking
AT-AT?
at it's Canon's son.
Oh, okay.
It's ugly. I don't. Anyway, at.
In any case,
Anyways,
it looks
fantastic.
and one big part that we wanted to mention for this is that you have a lot of mobility in this game. So it reminds me of the kind of mobility that you would get if you've ever played Xenoblade Chronicles X for 40 hours and finally gotten your mech suit. You can fly around at will and just like explore everything. So here you can actually use your jetpack to fly places. It looks really fun. And is a first-person shooter MMORPG. And for me, this is a day one buy. It looks really good. I'm hoping it's not all hype. And from the gameplay commercial I saw, it looks
like it'll be good.
like it will deliver. Yeah.
The most frustrating thing for me in games is when it just takes forever to get from one place to another.
Yeah.
And that doesn't look like the case in here.
No.
The world looks huge still. So I would still hope that they have like fast travel.
I'm sure they will.
So, but no, it looks good.
Yeah. So, and I hope it fixes what Destiny did wrong in that, like, you can travel to specific places and it's just a big open area. It's an open area that's closed off. So I'm hoping that it's not that, where it gives you the appearance of being an open world area that basically closes it off to a few distinct areas where you actually fight. So I'm really excited for that. Anything more you want to mention on that?
No.
Yeah,
No.
I'm really
good.
intrigued for that.
Wanna try
That
it.
comes out early 2018, so we'll keep our eyes open for that.
It's kind of like an Iron Man too.
Oh yeah, a little
They
bit
did
Iron
have
Man
the-
flying around.
Well, Iron Man flying around,
And-
then
and the
on
missile
commercial, the
lock.
missiles looked like
In Iron Man 1 when he
in
locks
Iron Man
onto
1, what is it
people.
called? No,
Oh, I
no.
forget.
Remember the missile that they want him to build at the very beginning,
Oh.
where it splits up and it just.
Yeah. I don't remember
They
the
had a
name,
missile
but yeah.
that looked like that. It was the Jethro Tull. So
Yes, the Jethro Tull.
the
Anyway.
70s hair metal band.
Moving on. So
Moving on.
that was honestly, those were the two main things from EA. I'm excited most for the story in Star Wars, and I'm excited most for the gameplay in Anthem.
Sorry, not hair metal.
Yeah.
They have hair, a lot of hair,
Yeah.
but it's not metal.
It's just hair.
This is just hair.
Hair music.
Hair music.
Look it up.
Jethro Tull.
Next
Hair music.
is sort of a dishonorable mention, which was the Bethesda conference. I won't be buying Skyrim for the Nintendo Switch, not because I don't want to play it on the Switch, but because I don't want to play it. But the thing I want to mention about it is the Link from Breath of the Wild outfit, including the Hylian shield and Master Sword, and it looks redonkulous. It
looks-
doesn't.
Oh man.
It just looks funny. And also, if I had VR, if I had the desire to get VR, Doom VR is one that I would get. That's like the only one I would get. Besides, like maybe
I,
Resident Evil 7 would be
Resident Evil 7
pants
look,
peeing.
Yeah, it's like if I'm in the mood
Yeah.
to
That's
not
like
sleep.
one where you do it with friends and they all get to watch you flip out and it's funny.
And
Yeah.
you make fun of them, pointing at them crying in the corner.
Yeah,
and then
we're
you take your turn and then you go cry in the
exactly.
corner.
Yeah, we're not biased about VR right now. Anyway,
It's expensive.
it is really expensive and doesn't have enough games.
It looks fun.
Yeah. Okay, so now we'll move on. Those were some meh conferences, but we'll move on to Ubisoft's conference, which I think they did a really good job and presented some awesome games. So first was Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, which sounds ridiculous and also kind of looks ridiculous, but the gameplay is solid.
Looks awesome.
It's a tactical RPG, turn-based. This gameplay is solid. Like, it just looks like a fun time.
I've never played a Rabbids game, but
Me either.
it looks fun.
I'll
Maybe
give
I'll
this
try
a
one
shot. I think I'll get this, and maybe we should stream it. We should do that.
No, that'd be fun.
I'll get it for the Switch. So that for me is a buy. If it just looks funny and quirky enough, and it's not just Rabbids, so it's not gonna be like
I did just look up
horribly painful.
the latest Rabbids game for the Wii U has not great ratings. my
Oh
excitement.
come on,
for this
5 out of
one-
10.
Yeah, 52%, 5 out of 10.
That's-
My excitement for this just went down.
But it's not gonna be a Rabbids game though. So the way that the Rabbids
Yeah.
game plays, it's not even gonna be close to that
it's
kind of
not gonna be
gameplay.
similar.
No, this is
So-
its own gameplay. It's nothing like Mario. It's nothing like Rabbids has
Why
ever
are we
done
going off of
specifically.
Rabbids, then?
Because Ubisoft wanted to do something with Nintendo, and
They wanted
Nintendo
to
was like,
say,
"All right."
Hey, we have this old game that we want to try and
Like-
revive.
Like honestly, yeah. If they want Rabbids to do
We need
anything
to
in the
keep
future, they needed to
copyright
revive it
protection.
with something that Nintendo fans will buy. And I promise you, from experience, that Nintendo fans will buy this.
Because it has Mario.
Because it has Mario and the gameplay looks solid. But yes, because people will actually buy it just because it has Mario. And
Like
that's
my wife.
and that's fine. And I'm a little more discriminatory. I haven't played all the Mario games, I haven't bought all the Mario games because not all of them are fantastic. But a lot of them are.
Yeah.
So like I'm not going to buy a game just
I would
because it's
say
Mario.
The lowest Mario gets is like a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Maybe 6.5.
So it's not bad if you see an incredible discount and just buy it, but
What was it? The Paper
Mario Color Splash?
Color Splash.
Yeah.
That
So-
was maybe a 6 out of 10.
Yeah. So for me, like, just because it has Mario in it doesn't mean I'm going to buy Color Splash. And just because it has Mario in it doesn't mean I'm going to buy Mario Rabbids. But the gameplay tells me, like, what I've seen of it, of E3, like, I'm going to buy it because it looks really fun.
Mhm.
Anyway, moving on, Assassin's Creed
Creed.
Origins.
I think this
You've
would be
played
the
more than me.
perfect- I've played a lot of Assassin's Creed. I died out after Assassin's Creed 3. I've played a bit of Assassin's Creed 3, and then after that it's like, okay, they're all the same freaking game. They tried to do something different with Assassin's Creed 3, and it was fine. This looks like they're trying to do something different, yet still keep
Well,
with the roots.
yeah.
This looks fun. It looks like it has great graphics. It looks like it has fun gameplay.
I like the scouting ability with the hawk,
Yeah, with
or
the hawk,
whatever it is.
And then it looks like there's like some Colosseum mode with maybe some boss fights, which will be
That would
at least
be
new to me. In
really new,
Assassin's
and
Creed.
I would really enjoy that because that's something
Yeah.
that like I miss from it that I really enjoy in other games. Boss fights are a big deal for me.
One thing in the earlier Assassin's Creed games was you'd run around, you'd get this huge crowd of guards and Templars chasing you, and then you'd like just stop. They'd all circle you and take turns trying to hit you. It's kind of like some of the Batman games, but yeah, it's just I'm hoping that they don't go back to that fighting style. It's kind of annoying. It feels kind of unrealistic.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I agree, and that kind of reminds me of in an interview for Eiji Aonuma, he was asked about the combat for Breath of the Wild. And he said, in Ocarina of Time, we did combat, or the combat was inspired by kind of like samurai fighting, which is usually one-on-one, which is why the enemies, for the most part, took turns attacking you. But in Breath of the Wild, they all just mob you, which is a more realistic thing. Like, of course, monsters are just going to go mob you and try to kill you instead of politely taking turns, which I think is going to be a nice thing here, where it's not going to be... Or it's going to be like Shadow of Mordor, where they all just go after you for the most part. Anyway, moving on. That looks like a great game. Okay, so just little interruption here. Eve's looked up a Verge article that says Microsoft can't explain why its 4K is $100 better than Sony's. That's hilarious.
That's pretty good.
We haven't actually read the article, so we don't know if it's clickbait or not.
It's probably clickbait.
Yeah.
It's still funny, though.
Anyway,
and then
so...
its subheader is, and Sony can't explain why 4K matters to begin with.
Nor can I. I mean, it'll probably matter eventually.
4K looks better. It does. It's
just not worth the price to a lot of people.
Yeah, it's just, I would rather buy 2 or 3 more games, or 4 or 5 if it's Xbox,
or 12,
or 12, than get a more expensive console, especially when said console might not even be able to make use of those games. There's a lot of these games that they're putting out for the... And that's... we're going back because I wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
That's another thing with the Xbox and the PS4 Pro as well. So the Xbox coming out is good for the PlayStation, the Pro, because hopefully there will be more 4K and higher HD content, because there is now, more people on more consoles buying that. Before, right now, there's very few games that actually make use of the Pro's extra power. It's just not there.
Yeah.
Sidebar.
And, yeah.
Sorry.
So no, that's fine. And I
Yeah.
do want to mention the fact that I don't know this for sure. I'm just speculating. It feels like that would make it more expensive for developers to basically develop something a lot more pixel heavy, and which means you have to basically develop more content. Because I mean, with an extreme example, from Super Mario Bros. 3 to to Mario Odyssey, how much more work do you have to do with the 2D platform areas for one versus the other? It's a lot more, because even though they're both little side scrollers that look pixelated, one has a bunch more pixels than the other. So anyway, it's just more work, and might end up making games more expensive, which might do something to the industry. I don't know, just a little.
People
really...
don't like more expensive.
Yeah, no.
If
games went up to 65 or 70, people would outrage.
Yeah.
I would.
I mean, games have been 60 for years.
Yeah.
They really have. And
which is, instead of doing that, people do DLC.
They do DLC. They put out a game for 60, and then a month or two later.
I'm fine with that for the most part,
or
except
3
for...
days later, like Resident Evil 7.
Yeah, except for how EA does it for the most part.
They put out... Yeah. Or if you're EA, you just put out the same Madden game with the new feature.
Oh my gosh, EA, you're such...
such trolls.
For the 2 games we're excited for, Star Wars Battlefront 2 and Anthem, for the most part, I dislike you. A lot of it on principle, but a lot of it on I don't
us
like a lot
to
of
death with Battlefront 1, and just every year with Madden.
Yeah.
I refuse to buy a new Madden game, honestly. It's like, I'll buy the 2-year-old Madden game, thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's just fine with me.
To co-op on the couch one time in like 7 months, and
we play it like around Thanksgiving time.
Yeah,
that's about when we feel it. It's like, I feel
that's
like
also
a football game.
when we download Madden Mobile.
Yeah, build my game. Oh, get some. Anyways.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. So moving on. That was a long tangent. But the last thing we wanted to mention from Ubisoft, 2 things. Go look up this weird Elijah Wood VR. Yeah, Ubisoft VR thing. But the big headliner of the Ubisoft show, and it's making me want to somehow play the original Beyond Good and Evil that was on I think the PS2 and the GameCube, and I think the Xbox as well. Anyway, so they did a huge premiere teaser trailer for Beyond Good and Evil 2, which was this like I had no idea what it was for the longest time during the trailer, but it was this monkey, and only the men are animals, and all the women are human for some reason. But there was this monkey, and he ripped a pig off, and yeah, because sexism. It looked really like interesting and fun, and I wonder how that's going to translate into the gameplay, because there was a lot of flying around, a lot of shooting, a lot of interesting maneuvers. Like it just looked interesting, and I want to see how that translates into actual gameplay. And it was actually pretty rated R language for just like a little Ubisoft conference that started off with Mario Cross Rabbids.
They built to it.
Yeah.
They got there.